So Pulsechain has higher throughput, better security, lower environmental impact to the point of nearly none, is a newer coin with more features, is faster than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has an $800 billion market cap. Pulsechain doesn't. Why? Well, we're new. We're on the way, right? Things will get better, in my opinion. So, like, oh, and for you listening, is that a forward-looking price statement? Nope, not a forward-looking price statement, not financial advice. So we've got a wonderful network. We've got wonderful features. We've got wonderful airdrop. There's, you can do lending on the Pulsechain network. There's projects that let you borrow coins. There's projects that there's stable coins on Pulsechain. There's all types of stuff people have launched on Pulsechain. Guys, the network is good. Works great. Oh, and the bridge is free too. Somebody set the bridge to 0 fee so that using the bridge has no fee, both directions. So if you go to bridge.pulsechain.com, there's no fees currently. In, out, either way, no fees. Now you're going to pay a fee on the Ethereum network. Nothing you can do about that. That's Ethereum's side, right? So you got a great network and you got a ton of free coins. And it's been worked flawlessly for 7 months. Go make it great, guys. Launch stuff on it, use it, build fiat on-ramps, make a money transmitter in your state, make a licensed money transmitter in your state, and you can, make the community better. Like,
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another day on Pulsechain. And of course, hope you guys are doing well out there. Man, has it been firing. Yesterday I put out a video as I wasn't streaming about us hitting the pre-SEC prices, a really big milestone, and we've been pushing above those prices today. So things are really ramping up there, and we're going to get into all the market prices later on. We've got lots in store, of course, with a lot of big streamers covering Pulsechain and getting excited. Are they believers? Are they believers? There we go. We'll get into it. But let's see who else is in here. Lies beneath. Hello, how are you today? Very good. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and Incentive for the win. 100%. That is the gold standard crypto. And thinking of that, I've actually got a poll up today. Are you buying PulseX HEX, or I've got HEX there. I meant Incentive token. That's not why I put HEX twice. Yes, no, maybe, unsure. So get in there on that poll. We'll figure it out there. So one of those HEXs is actually Incentive token, INC. So get into that. We got Sandy Beach in the house there, another influencer in the space on Pulsechain HEX, doing an amazing job. Big shout out to you. Who else jumped in there? Let's see. We got Wookie as well. Wookie is here. Join the strategy club with Wookie. Definitely join the strategy club if you want the multi-chain alpha. We have been crushing it on there with the very best insights, so you don't want to miss out on that. That's for sure. Lots more coming up too. Who else is there? Wookie is packed up and he's on the road. So that's ready to go. We got Brennan says, morning, Superman family. Good morning to you. Let's go, says Wookie again. Wookie is very active in the chat there. Man. Wookie is crushing it in the chat there. Hello from Sandy Beach. Big hello to you. Eddie had Vina in the house there, says PulseX HEX to the moon. To the moon. I like that. That's pretty good. We're going to be talking about Elon Musk today in the moon. So we'll be talking about that. Marco Marcelo's in the house there. What happened? I'm not sure where you've been, Marco. You've got a Pulsechain emblem on your profile. You must know. Archie's in the house as well. Hi, all. Good to see Archie. And, of course, Charity as well. Hello, friends. Good to see Charity. I'm Van Sam in the house there. Hi, all. And Hex Force 1 has landed. Hey, Superman and Hexkins, a 12-month member of the channel. So big shout out for your support, Hex Force 1. Really do appreciate it. Hex Force 1 lands on the channel all the time. Big supporter there. Appreciate it. The other thing, of course, is, you can become a member too. Hit the join button or just jump into our Discord. The link's in the video description and go for gold. Sandy Beach says, I just bought more today and yesterday. Oh, and the day before that, lol. So Sandy Beach. So Sandy Beach still vacuuming up all the liquid PulseX, HEX, and Incentive tokens. Very nice. We got Brian in the house as well. Sup, folks? Brian is our community leader, crushing it today. Well done, and good to see Brian here. Robert online. Hello, Robert. Good to see you. Woohoo! Congrats, here, Sandy Beach. Hi, amazing Superman. Lots of hugs and kisses, family. That's from Susie Q. Big shout out to you as well. Looking pretty good. All right, should we get into it? Let's do it. Let's move on and let's find out what's out and about. I think that's right. So we have no stock market news today because the US stock markets are set to remain closed on Monday for the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. That's pretty much that, which leads us into the next federal rate meeting, which is in 2 weeks and 1 day and 19 hours. So the 31st of January, 2 p.m. Eastern time. So put that in your calendar. That's pretty much it. And of course, we're not expecting a rate change, maybe possibly in March, but I really think it's still going to be in May. Most of the market thinks it's going to be May as well, where we pivot from 5.5% to 5.25. That's going to be bullish for the markets generally. Often we have a correction in the stock market though, following that, and of course sometimes due to lagging impacts on employment and company profits, and of course just the sentiment in the market decides to do a little retrace, and that can be short-lived. We'll see how we go. Now, the big news I wanted to point out here was Elon Musk, of course, the X platform owner, and obviously SpaceX, Tesla, and many others. He has got himself a money transmitter license from Utah. And of course, you saw Richard Hart's video at the beginning that he was talking about get yourself a money license transmitter and get money onboarded to Pulsechain pretty much. Now X obviously is looking to be a one-stop shop, compete with YouTube and all the other social platforms, but it needs, of course, payment methods. So it needs fiat payment methods. It needs crypto payment methods. So that's going to be a big boom in the future. And of course, as you guys know, we've got tons of Pulsechain and Hex influencers on X that are very big, growing very fast. And of course, they're going to be big influence on them, especially when that gets really, really big. So it's going to be a major competitor against YouTube, as well as a good place to earn some revenue probably, and crypto trading, probably lots of crypto trading there. And of course, you'll see all your favorites, right? All your favorites will be trading on X. Probably maybe they'll have crypto wallets and all sorts of stuff. We'll see where that all leads, but could be pretty cool. So yeah, they're going to try and push into the payments there, and a very exciting there app, everything app that's going to play there. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And of course, let's see what else happens in our community as well in terms of money licenses and onboarding more people to Pulsechain. All right, so let's get into crypto. We've got BTC still pulling back a bit, but not too bad. I mean, it is a pullback. Obviously, we expected that was probably the most likely scenario, but it hasn't been that severe yet. Bitcoin 42,685, down 0.5%, and we've got Ethereum there at 2,522, down 0.3% at the moment. So actually, from my view, this is holding up pretty well. We've got BNB there at $318. It is up almost 0.9% there, so it's sort of a standout. Tron is up again today as well, up 0.5% to 10 cents, or almost 11 cents. And Dodge there is up 0.5% as well, 8.1 cents. So a few little movers there. BCH is up, it's just pretty much flat, 251. What else is interesting? Just looking through some of these. That's pretty much it. So that is where we are at the moment. And of course, we've kind of got that support at 40K, don't we? 40K for Bitcoin. Let's get into the charts for that. So here is our Bitcoin chart. Obviously, this was the Bitcoin ETF. And of course, we had that bit of a sell news event, but not too severe, really. And of course, here we are we're pretty much hammering along the 20 EMA, the yellow line there. So there we are testing that at the moment. That is the play. So what's next? What's next for Bitcoin? Let's have a look. Well, we've got Bitcoin halving is coming up around about the 15th of April. And I think, let's see how many days that is. That's around 3 months, 91 days to the Bitcoin halving. And of course, it's going to be fun to see what happens there. Will we get a little dip there, or will we get just complete FOMO out of the gates there? It's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to bring up a diagram that I went through Strategy Club with. We'll talk about that probably maybe tomorrow. We'll do that. So that is the play there. 3 months to go, folks, till the Bitcoin halving, the next bullish event. Obviously, we've got money coming through these ETFs as well. We'll probably do an update on that maybe tomorrow as well. We did do one after 2 days. Remember, the first 2 days, we had 7.7 million go through the Bitcoin ETFs. So we'll probably do an update that maybe after a week, actually. How many days were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Maybe in a day or two, we'll do an update for the first week's dollars that have come through the ETFs. So yeah, Bitcoin halving, and of course we've got the Ethereum ETFs coming in as well. That's going to be fun to see. So that is, I've got this penciled in for mid-May, and then of course the only negative thing possibly is if China decides to do their invasion. I don't know if you guys saw, but they've had big firings in their military. Quite a few generals, lots of issues there. Apparently they've had missiles with instead of fuel in them, water in them, all sorts of stuff. So they do seem to be having a little bit of chaos in the military apparatus, as it were. How significant that is in material, I don't know. A lot of people extrapolate that quite large, and it's sensational to do so. But yeah, how significant, it's hard to tell. I haven't looked at it enough, but I would suggest that it's probably not as significant as some of those reports. And so that window is still there. That's the only really black swan event that I can see that can really derail stuff, other than the stock market not performing very well, having a super correction like 30-40% rather than a 10 to 15% correction, something like that, which is always healthy, right? So that's kind of play we are at the moment, and of course US election at the end of the year. That leads us into Ethereum. The other thing too, we may, with the interest rate pivot potentially in May, we may also get monetary expansion rather than contraction. But that may be in the second half of this year. Second half of this year. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Ethereum at the moment as well is at 2,514 and looking pretty good. All right, Ethereum's looking pretty good. And this is the 50 EMA down here. In fact, I was supposed to change it back to 20 EMA. So let's do that. Let's have a look at the 20 and let's see what that looks like. Bam. All right. So yeah, looking really good as Ethereum. Bring it on, right? 2,500. So looking good. That's all I'm going to say about that. And of course, May is where the Ethereum ETFs could come out onto market. That leads us into Pulsechain. You guys ready for Pulsechain? Let's do it. Before we do, though, let's get back in the chat and say hello to a few people. A few other people that jumped in here. Hex Freedom says, confession, sold all of my 130,000 SAC Pulse and X. If buyback now would about break even, just snuck in 23K. Okay, nice one, Hex Freedom. Empty corner in the house there as well. We got there, Steve Wright. What a good to be in Pulsechain and Pulse. What a good time to be in Pulsechain and PulseX and Hex. Yes, absolutely, Steve Wright. Steve Wright, Santa Barbara. Hexcavator as well. Hey, gang. Good to see Hexcavator. Archie says Elon got his start in PayPal too, which was sold to eBay, so he knows about transferring money. That's well said, Archie. What else we got going on there? Joey Torres. Hey, Joey. Good to see you. Hi, all. Good to see you, Joey. Welcome to the chat. Yes, apparently he is. So yeah, I think he's pivoted a little bit on his information. A lot of times, Sandy, it's really about the information he gets fed to him, whether or not he has all the information he needed. Because I think originally he got some bad information, but I think he's pivoted on that. Last time I saw an article on that one. Genuine says, "G'day everyone, good to see you, Genuine. Good to see you." Okay, thanks. You're welcome. We might cover that. We might cover that in something coming up. That's a pretty interesting topic. But I did see an article saying that he'd moved to positive pivot. All right, so we got Richard Hart. Let's go to that. Richard Hart. Should we talk about Richard Hart? Who's that guy? Who's this guy? Who's this guy, Richard Hart? All right, so I want to talk about this. Actually, before we play Richard Hart, I just wanted to play this video of BlackRock CEO, just about how bullish things have turned around. And apparently, if you go to the BlackRock website, they've just got their Bitcoin ETF trust on the front page, which is pretty amazing too.
Asset that protects you. Right. And unlike gold, where we manufacture new gold, we're almost at the ceiling of the amount of Bitcoin that be created.
When you hear somebody like Kathy Wood,
yes,
who was on our broadcast yesterday, say that her base case is that this turns into a $600,000 a Bitcoin valuation, base case, and a million plus in a super optimistic case. Are you anywhere in her realm?
I haven't thought about it. To me, that.
See, when he said he hadn't thought about it, that is a complete lie. I just can't believe he said that. But this is what we're dealing with, these sort of guys, right? Anyway, okay, yeah.
What we are trying to do is offer an instrument that can store well. I think if it gets that even close to that high, gold will represent even a bigger value. And let's be clear, if you think it's digital gold, there's going to be a reference point between gold and Bitcoin.
All right, so as obviously that's super bullish, and I just like to keep reminding us how bullish this is with them pivoting, right? So it's pretty cool. All right, let's get back to it. This is currently the BlackRock website at the moment, so you can see that the actual Bitcoin Trust is right on the homepage of BlackRock's site, which is just awesome. So capital will flow. That's what we want to see. Very neat indeed. All right, let's get into Richard Hart. So Richard Hart's been posting out quite a few posts here about Pulsechain. He says here on the January the 12th, another amazing tip for me, of course. He's showing you how to get more bang for your buck by using stable coins with bigger liquidity. And so he's got that there, with DAI being the best one, of course. Then he's got Richard Hart 2x price in 4 days was cool. 10 and 50% a day is also cool. So he's posting out that 10 to 15% a day climb in the prices. Also looking at the 122-day period and a 4-day period, just showing how big the prices have gone up. What's that, 160% in 122 days and 133% in 4 days, just showing how awesome that pump looks. So that was from Richard Hart. You can see that there. So pretty cool. And also, what else has he been doing? So how many views? He's got 186,000 views on that. He's also posted this out in the last day. So this is 19 hours ago. Ripping faces off, apparently. And of course, gopulse.com, he's got a look at the prices. And so they've gone from 10 to 15% up to 42% when he was posting it on PulseX and Incentive. And you guys know I've been talking about PulseX for a long time. And of course, Incentive token there, its companion up as well, looking pretty amazing. So TikTok, here it goes. Please report the imposter scammer. There was a scammer around and about that. So that's pretty much it from Richard, but really nice to see Richard enjoying the pump as much as we are. Pretty cool. Now, not only Richard, of course, talking about that. How many views did he get on that? 125,000 in 9 hours. So not only Richard talking about it, but obviously we've been having other people like Ivan and Tech, who obviously participated in Pulsechain. He says, this was in earlier today, my Pulse bag is back in profit. Does that mean he's back on? These guys just follow the money, right? So if these guys are back on, is that community officially transitioning from coping hard to riding the famous magic carpet ride. So let's see how long he holds his bag for, right? That's going to be interesting. So he did manage to hold on to them, even though he pivoted away from talking about Pulsechain a lot of the time. Every so often he would talk about it, but really he's a sort of person that will follow the trend is your friend. That's what he's following, right? All right, so that is the play. So nice to see that free press there. 48,000 views from that. So that's really good exposure to wider community. So that's positive and very cool indeed. Now we also had not only Ivan on Tech, but we also had Ran also talk about it on his last feed as well. So he was very bullish. So let's check out that.
Going down, which are the tokens that are actually going up? So again here, let's just go back to the USD pairing. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to look at the USD pairs, and we're going to look at today. So what's moving up today? The Richard Hart coins are actually moving up a lot. Congratulations if you had the conviction. Gustavo, congratulations, because you had the conviction to hold Richard Hart's coins. Kyle also had the conviction to hold Richard Hart's coins. Josh had the conviction to hold Richard Hart's coins.
So some big exposure with Rand covering it as well. Obviously, both Ivan and Rand in the top 30 crypto YouTubers. So a fantastic exposure there. And of course, look at that. Doesn't it look mighty? That's going to get being seen by a lot of people. And the trend is your friend, right? So very cool indeed. All right, that is that from the influencers. Looking pretty good. We're going to get into the day results for day 248. Before we do that, though, let's get back in the chat again. We've got quite a few comments, plus someone's put out a big super sticker there, so we're going to get to that in a minute. We've got Pulsechain OG. Hey, yo, good to see you. BlackRock is on fire. Yeah, it's looking good there. Now, remember with BlackRock, it is a double-edged sword, right? We're going to benefit from the massive amount of money, but of course, they're also looking for more control in those markets. So it's a trade-off there. Christian says, what's good familiar? Taking a trip driving to upstate New York, 6-hour ride. Well, we wish you a safe journey and enjoyable journey there, Christian. and maybe a stop on the way. How about a stop on the way? Maybe at one of those big trucker stops in the US. Don't they have those big trucker stops, those big cafes, restaurants or whatever? So that'd be fun. Well, 12 hours round trip. Yeah, so it's a bit longer. We got Sasha in house there. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen to you, Sasha. And yeah, what else we got? We got a few others here. Sasha says, I got my Twitter back after 6 months. Yay, nice to see that. And a very special thanks to Robert Online, $55.55 super sticker, and appreciate the support. That's massive. With green candles now, it's easy to be excited and motivated. Indeed, you have been consistently delivered through the very red candles. Thank you, and keep it up. I will do, Robert, and appreciate that. Yep, sure, we're all sharing the same journey. As you guys know, streaming in a bear market, not a problem. And of course, holding on to the vision, not a problem there. And of course, a big shout out to Richard Art because we've been holding on to that too. So thanks very much, Robert. What else there? We got Magic Upride. Yeah, we're looking for some stuff coming from Magic Upride soon. There's a couple of launches we're looking forward to. So we'll probably talk about that when we get to Pulsechain, actually. What else there? Sasha said Summit had 202,000 views in 24 hours. Yeah, he's a massive influencer and on YouTube as well. Doing a great job. What else there? Valence and house there. I think Melania Trump launched her own NFT platform a couple of years ago. Yeah, and Trump did his own NFTs too. I wonder how they're trading actually. Maybe we could look up those sometime. That's for sure. Influencers like green candles, says European Whale. They do like green candles, that's for sure. They follow the green candles. Incentive Token has been doing amazing, absolutely amazing. We'll talk about that too. We've got Andrew Reynolds in the house there. Morning, everyone. Good to see you, Andrew. Welcome to the chat. And Wookie is out there with his bunnies. Is that your bunnies? I'm not sure. Let's go. All right, so day 248, the end of the day results, pretty much around 000127. So looking really good for Pulsechain, and that is up 18%, looking like a boss, and is 27% above the mean sacrifice price. So we're probably going to stop talking about that for a less more now. Now the PulseX still has a lot of work to do to get back to the mean sacrifice price, but is doing extremely well. Quadruple 0477, and of course we've still got some way to go. 34.5% is the increase today, which is pretty awesome. And of course the buy and burn is going spectacular. Look at this thing, wow. 656.2 billion PulseX has been bought up and burned, and this is really part of the special secret sauce. They're going to amplify the bull market there. 3.2% of the public supply is now off the market, and as we have been talking about many times, Power City Earn protocol is going to be launching on Pulsechain soon. This is a juggernaut of the protocols, and of course we're looking forward to it. It's going to be massive. It's going to collateralize PulseX, issue our third stablecoin PXDC, and based on what Liquid Loans has done, it's going to be massive for PulseX and Incentive Token. It's going to be absolutely epic. Now, Incentive Token today is up 29.2%. It has been doing absolutely incredible. $1.61 at the moment, and the base rate there is 12,667 pulse per one incentive. So it's really bounced off the bottom. The total supply is heading towards 22 million, and of course the burn supply there is 118,000, which is being burnt through the TRH protocol, which is pretty good as well. Now, as you know, Hex, of course, my pet favorite here, Hex. PHEX at the moment at 1.93 cents. Yeah, like a boss. And of course, we're up 5.89%. So quite moderate compared to the rest of RH coins today. EHEX is at 1 cent. Combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 2.98 cents. You guys know this is resistance, right? There's resistance at this level, 3 cents. Well, we were over 3 cents slightly earlier before the live stream, but man, we are up there again for the third time, trying to get over that 3 cent combined value. That is EHEX and PHEX. So that is day 248. Let's get into some other stuff here. Over the last week, so that was the current 24 hours. Over the last week, look at crypto bubbles. Hex, EHEX, a Pulse there, all up. The big giant bubbles there that you can see, pretty amazing. And amongst others that have been really firing, like ENS, SUI, and stuff like that. Yeah, but look at Hex, EHEX, and PLS, and of course that's what Rand was looking at over the last week. So that's really amazing. All right, so that is looking good. Let's get into the charts. Actually, I haven't set up the charts. Normally I set them up. Sorry about that. But I do want to talk about briefly about the projects coming up. This is the weekly. Do you like the weekly candle? Put up your hand if you like the weekly candle. I like that weekly candle. Damn, looks good. That weekly candle looks so good. Look at that. This looks like we just started a brand new weekly candle too, which has got a little bullish, almost a doji butterfly or something. And that is looking pretty amazing. 000126. And of course, we're just at this resistance line right here on the weekly. You see that? That's kind of the next one there. And I guess the next one would be up at 1500 or so. So we're pushing higher. We've got a bullish cross on the EMA on the weekly. That you can see that just got printed. That's bullish. So that's really cool to see. The RSI on the weekly, of course, is still at 57% here. Maybe we do a bit of a retest with the RSI on the 50 and bounce off again. We'll see. Or we just keep going straight up there. That is looking fantastic. So we've got plenty of room to move on the weekly RSI. Let's go to the daily, and there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. This definitely looks like some sort of butterfly doji there. And the daily looking like a boss too. We had nice consolidation here. Isn't that nice? That's really cool to get that. And the RSI at the moment is in overbought territory at 83, and that's quite strong. But of course, the weekly is only down at like 57. So yeah, how high will we go, and where will we consolidate? That's kind of the play. That is Pulsechain. Let's go to full charts, and we're going to actually talk about the projects first that are coming up. So let's set that up. These are not all the projects, of course, but some of the ones that we're expecting to come very soon. Now, we're expecting Power City, of course. Power City hasn't launched yet, so that's got to be coming soon, though. I'm going to put it out the 17th there. Bristol as well is the same. We're expecting these to all come up here. So we've got lots of projects. Tetra, of course, drag and drop. We've got Tetra staking pools. We've got Atlas. We've got Win-Win. We've got TRH-V4, which is 9M Pro. All these coming up soon to launch. So that's only bullish. And, of course, Power City particularly important because of the collateralizing of PulseX and getting PulseX off the market and getting PXDC buying more PulseX off the market. So it's both a supply and demand shock on top of what we're already getting. That's a very bullish thing. PUSD ALGO, of course, out the back end here. Looking forward to that as well. We will get a reset on that one for the sacrifice. It's going to be extended for 45 days. Really keen to launch that. It'll be the 4th stablecoin on Pulsechain and the first algorithmic one, potentially with the ability to really do some amazing valuations on Pulsechain. So we're going to look for that. So that's some of the stuff coming up. Yeah, Bristol's going to be launching soon too for Magic Upride. We'll see how we go with that, and we're keeping tabs on it all the time. So that is Pulse. Let's go to PulseX. PulseX, pretty similar story really, but look at that on the daily. Look at that thing. Woo-hoo. Let's go to the weekly quickly on the PulseX. We've got a bullish cross on the weekly too on PulseX, so that's looking really good. And the RSI obviously similarly, actually even weaker than the Pulse one there, 50. What's that, about 55? So that's a good sign as well. It is on PulseX. And like I say, we're waiting for Power City Earn Protocol. Going to be mega bullish for this. So really excited about where this is going to head with the Power City Earn Protocol launching soon on Pulsechain and benefiting PulseX big time. It's going to be a lot of fun. What else will we get around PulseX itself? We get the DAO. We get single-side staking. Lots of things potentially coming up, limit orders and things like that. We will see what happens, what the new year has in store for us with Richard Hart. So that's going to be bullish too. Big volume candle in today, and we've had lots more capital coming over the bridge, coming through Coast, coming over the official bridge and other forms of bridges to Pulsechain. So it's really the capital starting to flow big time, and you can see the capital flow under the bridge, and we're up to 111.3 million. Let's give that a clap. That's the official bridge. That's not including Coast and others, so that is really exciting to see. Very cool indeed. So DAI now apparently is up to $35 million. What a massive rebound that has been. Very cool. So there are Pulsechain alerts on X platforms, stuff like that. You can see that when the big money comes in, whether it's a couple $1 million, a couple $100,000, whatever it is, you can definitely see that too. So bullish at the moment. All right, so where do we go from here? Obviously, we've got plenty of room to move to get to the mean sacrifice price. So PulseX still has lots of room to move, and that is currently around about 112% to get back to the mean sacrifice price, that yellow line. So plenty of room to move. Now, you guys remember all the way back here in the bearish times, I was saying, well, all you have to do, even if you did nothing else, all you'd have to do, and you believed in the Pulse chain, you'd all you have to do is buy PulseX. You could have bought it down here. I was saying it all down here when the price was way down, super cheap. That all you had to do was buy it and just hold. And look what would have happened if you'd done that. You'd be up pretty massively. At the moment, you'd be up 414% just if you did that. You know, what are you going to make in a bank? A couple of percent if you're lucky. And here you could have just 5x'd your money without even thinking inside 4 months. So not bad there as well. All right, it's kind of cool. Incentive token has been doing like a boss. Everyone's been loving the incentive token. A lot of people talking about it, and it is up and away. Look at that. It's gone from all the way down here, 44 cents. Pretty insane. So it's actually been a spectacular performer, and it is up 263% in pretty much 8 days. 263% in 8 days, and performing like a boss. The ratio is also bounced strongly with that double bottom there, and up and away as well. We bottomed out at 8,500 pulse per incentive, and now we're up at 12,700. So it's performing very well indeed. Where did it used to be back in the day when there wasn't much volume around? It was up as high as around 316 pulse per incentive. Let's have a look at the US dollar price of that at the time. Let's have a look. Where was it up to? You know, $77 or so. So, man, oh man, they potentially could go very high indeed, couldn't it? We'll be watching that for sure. PHEX, my favorite PHEX here, or EHEX and PHEX. We're currently at 1.923 cents. We've still got a little bit of work to do on this one here. The RSI is, let me hit this wrong one there. The RSI is still got a bit of room to move. We're currently overboard at 78 on the daily. And so we might run into some corrections now. However, well, weekly is very low indeed. So that might be short-lived. And we're currently moving the MACD is looking very bullish indeed. So we'll keep looking out for that for a rollover here potentially. But otherwise, looking really good on the weekly at the moment. Let's go back to the weekly. That is the weekly. We've had a bullish cross as well on the EMA on the weekly, just like Pulsechain and PulseX. And it looks like it's powering up here as well. So looking good is old PHEX there. Back to the daily. What else we got going in it? Back to the daily. We've got to get to, I'm going to full screen that. We've got to get to 2 cents, and we're sort of getting resistance there. So we are at resistance on Pulsechain. We are at resistance on PX at the moment, and we are overbought. So maybe we get a bit of consolidation here. Just take that into account. So consolidation will be pretty good. Maybe get a little bit of a pullback like this move here, and we'll see. Or maybe someone decides just to power us up anyway. Because on the weekly we've got a bit of room to do that. So that's where we are at the moment. Yeah, see, we're getting a bit of red here, a bit of resistance. So it might be a bit of resistance here at the moment. So just take that into account. Might be a chance to buy a bit more cheaper, possibly. But once again, not financial advice. All right, so that is PHEX. EHEX at the moment is also at 1 cent, and this has got a lot more room to move. If we're looking at the parity play, right? That's the weekly candles there. No bullish cross yet on the weekly. So it's just lagging a little bit there. But the daily is definitely starting to roll over too a little bit here, getting a bit of consolidation as PX is getting resistance, Pulse is getting resistance. So it's just tapering here at the moment. We will see where it goes from here. That's pretty much it on that. Let's go back to the validators. And we've got 52,000 validators at the moment, 10 entering. So really pushing the numbers up with the validating. We've got 1.67 trillion currently off the market. That's over 10%, about 10.25%. Now, one thing I would say with Pulsechain rising now to the mean sacrifice price and moving higher, getting 32 million Pulse is going to be hard in the future. So if you haven't got a 32 million for a Pulsechain validator, then you might want to think about getting it now before it really starts to race away, or at least on a little pullback we might have. The other thing, of course, is you can use the valid NFTs, which have come out from Dave Fetters as well. So that's definitely worth considering. If you've got less than 32 million Pulse, you can still do one of those. Now, I believe that 64 NFTs equals one validator, 32 million Pulse. So you can get a fraction of that with the NFTs, which is a really great innovation on Pulsechain. So Dave Fetter crushing it on that. That's his official store, of course, validatorstore.com. You can find the details through there, I'm sure. So that is pretty much it. The gas prices, a quick look at that. 190,000 beats, so not too bad today. 9/10 of a penny for a PulseX swap, 500th of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, 200th 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. We're 2,600 times cheaper than Ethereum. Ethereum at the moment is still in the sort of January quiet Ethereum prices at $22, but you wait till later in the year. I'm sure this is going to be through the roof as we move further into the bull market. 13,300 times cheaper than Bitcoin, $6.67 at the moment. And of course, across the board, we're pretty much cheaper than everybody except for Polygon at the moment, which we're pretty close to. So there we go. And Monero is not too far either. Other than that, we are much cheaper. And what's the importance of that, right? The ability to do compounding, ability to do profit sharing. Those are really some key benefits that we have with projects. You match our cool projects, innovative projects, with the Pulsechain cheap and fast. And those are some of the real key benefits for passive income. So pretty good. So that's day 248. Let's get into some of the top PRC20s because we've had some raw action across the board. So let's have a look at some of those. We got PDI has broken out to the upside, and I think this thing's probably going to continue to go. Keep a lookout for this. And it's more speculative though, just remember that. But this is PDI, the copy of DAI on Pulsechain, and it's currently at 0.001, so 1.1 cent. It's at, what am I saying? 11/100th of a penny at the moment on there, but it's definitely broken out from this level. Look at this level. We're down at 7,500. And it's definitely broken out from this 1,000. So really looking good here. We'll keep a tabs on that. And of course, the other, its friend is a Tropa. That's up 13% as well at 1 cent. So Tropa's at 1 cent there. Wrap Bitcoin, I told you this was a sleepy one. This one had lagged. But Wrap Bitcoin had lagged behind the rest of the move. It's now moving, right? So there we are. I called this pretty well. And of course, this thing could do something crazy along with the Bitcoin theme, right? As Bitcoin starts rallying. So it's going to be interesting to see that. $73. So yeah, I don't know if you were in Discord yesterday, but that's what I was talking about, right? And I was getting shut down on my own Discord. No, I'm just kidding. It's our Discord, not mine. So there was 74 cents, almost $74, almost there on the Bitcoin, and it's powering up. So pretty good. In fact, let's move on to the next one. We got Treasury Bill at the moment and Teddy Bear. These are both new tokens on Pulsechain. They're up 25, 29% respectively. What else is going there? Maker there is up 27%. The two big meme coins, SHIB, is up 18% at the moment. Let's have a quick look at SHIB and see how that is going. Yeah, well, look at that, powering up too. So pretty good. Now, when you got everything sort of, not everything, but a lot of things powering up, it's really about which one's powering the most, right? So that you're making the most dollars with your investment. But at the moment, SHIB is really starting to move there. It's pretty much at breakout period, right? If it can break out past there, it'd be pretty interesting. We will see how it goes. Probably needs a bit of cooling off. I haven't got the RSI on this one, but definitely check out the RSI on the SHIB. What else? The other one there is something else on here. SHIB. I talk about SHIB. Pepe. Pepe's the other one to talk about. That's up. That's pretty flat. Pepe is lagged. So this might be an opportunity. I mean, it has bounced off the bottom range here. So it has broken out to the upside, but it's still at 14.52. So there might be quite a bit of gain potentially locked up in Pepe here. It's only at 1.8% at the moment. Definitely something to consider is the old Pepe there. Even though it's on the move, it's still quite, relatively lagging there. What else we got going? I think that's all I was going to talk about at the moment. There's so many other top PRC20 copies. Let's have a quick look by the liquidity. Yeah, the liquidity there. Top performed by liquidity is Wrap Bitcoin and Treasury Bill Teddy Bear. That's pretty much it. Let's have a look by percentage. Teddy Bear, Maker, Wrap Bitcoin, Treasury, and Bill. Those are kind of the top ones there. Plutos as well, followed by SHIB there. So those are kind of the leaders there in the top 20s, top PRC20s. Let's go to our third category, which is meme coins. We'll do that by liquidity too. And our top one there, Axis Alive, man, still absolutely tromping it, up 10%. But the price now is getting really up there. Look at this thing, man. Look at that thing break out. Wow. $17,180 to get one Axis Alive token at the moment. So that's doing very well. Note token from Randy Alasky. Let's have a look at that. Note token Randy Alasky is starting to move off the bottom here. 0006-300 is now at 0013. That's up 14% as well. Market cap at 1.3 million at the moment. So that is ticking away. How many tokens are actually in there? 116,000 note tokens in there. That is ticking away there from Randy Alasky. So all the influencer coins ticking up there. Reflux is up there, 17%. Mega is up 5%. Paul Pleb up 13%. We had the ETH go up 19%. Pulse Dodge up 10% there. ticking away. What else is looking interesting? Dogecoin up 15%, More Token up 15%. Now, it does turn out that David Feather is invested in More Token. I did see Trayvon tweeting out about that through his More account. And look at David Feather was in More Token. That was pretty interesting. Another influencer coin. And look at this thing go. Wow, on the daily. Look at that thing. Whee! Apparently, there's some inverted quotes there, but apparently there's some automated buy and burn or something like that on there. You'll have to check it out, though, if you want to consider it. But it's definitely already pumped pretty big. So, got to be cautious on this one when it does something like that, right? That's it on the log scale, just to give you perspective there. All right. What else we got going? Hex Orange Address up 14%. Ben Bitboy token up 14% there. Fluffy Slippers up 15%. Pepperlorian at the moment is up 11% as well. But now we're getting to really small liquidity pools down here. So we're going to move on to category number 4, which is our main one, Pulsechain projects. Don't get much better than that. Let's look at by liquidity. Actually, no, Pulsechain projects. I want to look at Pulsechain projects, not Pulsechain. Let's go. So we got Halgo up 9%. Watt token from Power City. So Power City is the next blue chip to launch, right? The big juggernaut. And of course with the Earn protocol, profit sharing, Portal X, and we've got an update about Portal X today. So let's quickly look at the Watt token there. This thing is going to be one of the blue chip juggernauts. One of the ones that if you're looking to try and outperform Richard Art tokens, these are probably one of the few that will have high probability. And that is a Portal X. So Portal X has now added MEV bot protection, just like Batias has got. So that's nice to see. You have to use particular connections, but you can now do that. If you want to find more information, go to Power City, but they now have MEV bot protection, which is pretty good to see. And the price of Power City is Watt token is up and away. So looking pretty good. What's that up? 176% in the last 8 days. So looking very good indeed. And it's a market cap 11.3 million. And of course, that's probably going to go up to many tens of millions on the market cap. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes beyond that, hundreds of millions of dollars. So keep a lookout for this. 1 million liquidity at the moment on the old Watt token. And you can either invest directly in this, or you can go through PX and do some sort of index fund through their funds there. That's another way of doing it. What else we got going there? 9-inch is up 13%. Now, 9-inch finally making a break to the upside. I would keep a tab on the volumes trading through, but apart from that, they've managed to resurrect themselves. I think, what was the price again? 16.50 or something was the sacrifice price. I just can't remember now. But I think it was something like that. And up we go there as well. So I think Wookie was talking about that yesterday. The 9-inch making a comeback. The comeback kid. It's the old 9-inch there. And up and away. Lone token, the other big blue chip, is pretty much flat today, 1% after making some massive gains, right? So Lone token there has been up pretty massively. Let's have a look at how much Lone token, of course, their yield farming had finished, right? So what did they get up to? About 350% in 4 days. They're currently up 227% in 9 days. So been a very good performer is Lone token. Their market cap is 117 million. Do you want to slap your face? So we're getting up into some big market caps with our blue chips now. They've reached into $100 million camp. That's fantastic to see. Obviously, we're wanting to look to go 10x, right? That'd be a $1 billion market cap. That's where we would like to see these sort of things go over time. Obviously, it'll be a function of Pulsechain really driving that as well. But 452K liquidity, so just under half, or what's that, 45% of what Power City's got in their Watt token. But these are the two big blue chips. And of course, there are a couple others I would consider PH Universe and one or two other ecosystems that will be developing coming up as well in that camp. So these are, let's say, the big five. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's jump over to some of these others. So P-Drip is up 13%. Mintra has been pumping, hyper pumping, one of the top 5 NFT marketplaces. $10 million sacrifice, right, was in this. And look at these funds coming at the moment. Wow, big pump on the old Mintra there. And the volumes on trading are very low on the actual Mintra, but the market's being pumped. You can decide how that is happening, but it is on a pump, and it's up 700% in 9 days. So there we go. Yeah. Where did the ETH go? Where did the Pulse go? Where did the, I don't know, where else? Where did the sacrifice go? Oh, there we are. Maybe part of it's in here. All right, so there we are. It's at 7/10 of a penny at the moment, moving up to 1 cent. So let's see how it goes. But pretty amazing results. 700%. Man, it's performed like a boss. All right, so that is going pretty well. 700%. I think you guys can be happy with that. Actually, what's the market cap? 16 million on that now. 16 million. So 5 NFT marketplaces. We're waiting for 2 more to launch, and that's Power City's Pixel Park, and of course the 9mm NFT market as well. Patias, another blue chip there, up 11%, and that is doing pretty well. Let's have a look at that. Actually, 1 cent on Patias, looking good. Now this deserves to be very high price because this is really dominating DEX aggregating along with PortalX, I would argue. Probably maybe more so, not sure. But that is doing pretty well at the moment. 10 cents, sorry. Did I say 1 cent? 10 cents, I meant to say. Market cap, $5.3 million. Where could this go, eh? Where could this go? Is this going to go to, I don't know, $100 million market cap, billion dollar market cap? This thing's got a lot of juice left in it yet. We'll be watching out for Batias. Definitely something you could consider in your blue chip portfolio. Pretty much everyone uses it. It's true. And probably it's good to see PortalX get MEV prop protection and probably help compete with the DEX aggregation, which is what those two provide as well. DEX obviously PortalX is multi-chain, cross-chain stuff like that, but I think Patias is heading towards that direction too. TRH is up 16%. What else is doing well? These are all over 100,000 in market cap now. Look at all the volume, the LP. It's all gone over. Look, we used to only have a couple. Now we've got heaps of them that are over 100K now. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. We got Beetroot, another great utility on Pulsechain, is up 10% at 213K liquidity. Up Token, which is a liquid loan sort of project front end, that's up 9% as well. 84 cents. How's that been performing? Let's have a look at that. Look at that. Wow, that's been going really nicely on the one there. Let's see what the percentage is. 150%, so pretty good over the last 9 days. So looking good there for Up Token. And what else there? Time Token from Internet Money is up 24%. Let's have a quick look at that too. Now fully commercial now is Internet Money Wallet. So it definitely is one of the options you can choose if you want to look for a new wallet. Definitely is a good option there. Did we have someone else coming here? I think we did with Wookie. Sorry, Wookie. Wookie Spark is on the move, and Wookie is a member for 13 months. Big shout out to Wookie, huge supporter in the Discord, one of our awesome moderators, and of course, he is a fellow Kiwi. We won't hold that against him because at least he doesn't do underarm bowls, and he may be very hairy, and he may say some crazy stuff, but he is a huge supporter. So big thank you to Wookie, onwards and upwards. All right, go the Rabbitohs. Just kidding. All right, so there we are at 0027. That is the Time Token, doing pretty well on that one. Looking pretty good. So we've got lots of cool stuff happening across the board on Pulsechain. Really is lots to pick off too. Lots of value to be had in a bull market, and we're only just getting started. As Richard said in that opening video, it's just getting started. Pretty cool. Hex Token up 16%. GOAT there, which is the NFT validators, DGN protocol. That's for Pulsechain validating, up 18% as well. What else is going on there? Let's have a quick look. I think that's it. PLN is up as well. One of our on-ramps to Pulsechain, up 23%. This is probably underpriced, actually. $1.1 million market. It's hard to say. I'd like to see some stats from there. Maybe I'll check to see where they've got some stats. But PLN is probably undervalued anyway. But once again, not financial advice. So those are some of the ones. There's so many others. I'm not going to go through all of them all. But lots of action, and TVL and liquidity is growing. That's nice to see. All right, that's pretty much it from our 4 main categories. I think, is that it? I was just going to quickly look at the stable coins. Let's have a quick look at the stable coins. USDL stable at $1, CST is stable at $1, and PUSD, which is the prototype, is stable at $1, and that continues to grow, doesn't it? I'm sure that PUSD algo, this is going to be amazing when it launches, I'm sure. Look at that. We're up to 68,000 in the pool now. It started off, I think, at 30. So it's just slowly growing there. It's pretty cool. All right. Nice. That's pretty much it. Let's jump. We're going to get the Hex daily stats in a minute. But before we do, let's remove that. Remove that and go back to there and check out any more comments. Let me know in the chat there if there's anything that you guys have been really excited about on Pulsechain, because it's really been humming for sure. We've got Romain in the house. Ramon, hello, Xkins. QQ says Trump NFTs are up like 3.5x. Cool, thanks for that, QQ. Look at what Pulse ecosystem go and broke a world record yesterday. Yeah, with the influencers. A big shout out to Maddie Allen for that. YouTube influencer records were broken. We've got Abit in with the oranges. Hey, good to see Abit, another influencer in the space, crushing it online and doing a great job. Big shout out to Abit for that. Completion Flails in the house there. Abit Completion, good to see you. We've got Maddie Allen. Hey, speaking of the world record breakers, Maddie Allen there, amazing. What's it, 4th year conference. Big shout out to Maddie. It takes a lot of effort there as well with him and his team. Big shout out for that, and it's breaking records, innovating too, which is so cool. So much innovations every time Maddie Allen tries to push the boundaries and get that virality going, which is pretty awesome. Abit says 9mm DEX is already out. We can do concentrated LP there. Now we are waiting for the 9mm marketplace and the 9mm token. Yeah, they are on my on the roadmap there. We are looking forward to that. Marketplace number 7 will be 9mm. Pixel Park as well, so it's number 6. They're coming soon. Can't wait. If you guys want to provide liquidity, can consider providing liquidity on 9mm DEX. There's quite a few DEXs out there now, but 9mm seems to be very organic in there, trying to grow that, particularly on the just check it out anyway. We might cover, I did do a video some time back, a couple of weeks back, on all the DEXs. Remember that? I ran through all the DEXs. I might do that again. I think that might be cool. And you can look at some of the opportunities there. That might be cool. We've got another membership in here. Remember, it's all powering up today. Thanks for all you do. And Super says Archie, member for 9 months. A big shout out to Archie as well. One of our superstar moderators, and of course a big player in Strategy Club. Helps big time bring the alpha in there. So a big shout out to you for that. So we've had 3 members today: X-Force 1, Wookie, and Archie. Big shout out to all of you. And, of course, a big super sticker there from Robert. A big shout out for that as well. All right. Who else has jumped here? What else? Let me just jump in. A TRH just broke 1 million PLS Hex incentive from the TRH staking buy and burn. That's incredible, isn't it? That's awesome. Jacob is doing an amazing job with the TRH. We're waiting for V4, right? It's going to be fun. Power City is up 2. Time to get Watt and Watt PLP to stake. You want to stake as early as possible to earn more than people that stake later. Absolutely. Watt is doing so nicely, staked up to 2x multiplier. Nice one, QQ. Time is going great too. Pretty much everything is haha, says QQ. Yeah. Hey, look, the Internet Money one's going to be interesting to watch the growth, because, you know, as it grows more, man, the fees could really get some really big. Relative to the amount of time, so that's going to be really good to see. Mintra probably did the best so far, says QQ. Yeah, but it's definitely getting pumped. Magically pumped. It's got a magic carp right of its own. We got what's it? Mod is just for cool kids, so Maddie definitely needs a spanner, says Valiant. Lucky there. I don't know. Maddie's so busy. Busy. He's probably just keeping up with his own channel, I'm sure. I missed the Liquid Loans LP reward program, says Sandy Beach. Well, it just finished a couple of days ago, didn't it? So, but I'm sure you made the most of it, didn't you, at the time? You are cool, Hedgehog. Yeah, Hedgehog is back. Haven't seen Hedgehog for a while. People sleeping on INC just reached a dolphin position. We all know RH has a plan for it. That's Craig. So there's a bit of golden secret sauce there from Craig, and definitely it is a good play. Hex Freedom in the house there. Rat Bitcoin just breakout of the giant falling wedge. Yep, it's looking good. I said it, and it's happening. The future is bright, says Russ. What else is there? You talking about the Axis price? Yeah, Axis doing really well. Was it $17,200? Yeah, it was pretty insane as well. HOA says Abit. We've got the oranges from Valiant. Batias rocks, which certainly does. Do you like Spark HD or any of those products? Well, the Spark one's quite interesting. Obviously it's got the bridge, right? It's got the bridge to BNB, I think it was, and it's got the sparkler, right? Sparkler to take the end of the mile. But some of those are a bit risky for me. Not quite my appetite. But you know, it's stuck around. It's been taken away with that. So that's kind of where I put it at the moment. Certainly not at the top of my list, but you know, I think it's been taken away. We'll have a check that out when I go through the dexes. We'll do that. I might do that maybe. What day is it today? Tuesday. We'll do that this week. Go through all the dexes and see what the yields are and how you can provide liquidity and stuff like that. Brendan, what's an underarm bowler? Yeah. Sorry about that. Smallest violin. The smallest violin. Yeah. Sorry about that. I should have not been goading on the old underarm bowl. Superman, you have one of the best daily shows. Thanks for all you do, says QQ. You're welcome. I think I'm the only one with the daily one, but hey, we'll move on. Briz says, hey, family. Good to see you, Briz. Welcome to the chat. What I wish I was going, indeed. Well, I've actually taken a couple of days off during the holiday period because I just thought it was important to take a few days off. So not quite every day these days, but we'll be back to that in due time. Harry Williams says, yo. Good to see you, Harry. Welcome back as well. All right, let's move back in. Let's get into Hex Daily Stats, shall we? Hex.com, folks, check it out. The ultimate, of course, buy Hex and then burn it for T-shares. Your T-shares stands for trillions of shares, and basically your T-shares, what we call Hex miners, and you can buy more Hex, which is pretty awesome. Hex price goes up and to the right, then you'll be laughing yourself silly with yield times price equals mad super gains. That's pretty much how we rock and roll. And, of course, you can do it on both Ethereum chain and on Pulsechain, which is pretty badass. And Hex.com. And here we are on hexstats.today, and we're going to check out the daily stats. And, of course, let's go and find out where we're at there. Day 1505 on Ethereum, the 15th of January. Not too bad at all. And the price is at 1 cent. And, of course, we hit 1 cent yesterday when I wasn't streaming, but I did do a video on it because it was such a big milestone with the SEC prices being hit. And look at that. Wow, so good. Now, just the beginning. And it's going to be fun to see how fast and high Hex goes. It's going to be really, really cool to see. Now, payout per T-share is at 7.085 Hex per T-share. The other thing I want to say about the price is that once we start moving higher in price, the chart will move higher in price. I'm not sure why I'm tongue-tying my words, but the price will go up at a faster rate. You know, once we get to like 10 cents, it'll go up faster, and so on and so on. Imagine if we were at $1, how fast the price would go up. Hex was at $1. It'd be going up like 5-10 cents a day. That'd be insane in the brainer. It'd be pretty cool stuff. Anyway, so we're at the moment, we've got T-share at the moment, $321. And of course, that's the spot price for T-share. T-share rate is at 31,627. No change over the last 4 days on that one. The average mine length on Ethereum is 7.09 years. The APY for existing T-share miners is 41%, which is pretty amazing. And the shares in the pool, the ownership pool has gone down the last couple of days. So if you're a T-share holder in the mining Hex, you're a bit more special because you're getting all that nice yield. And the yield is going up over time, which is pretty awesome. T-shares there, 9,600 T-shares in the ownership pool. So definitely get part of that. Awesome. Now, it used to be up like 11.2 million. So it's come down a lot since then. And I have a feeling that it's going to be pretty amazing for you if you've still got T-shares. Now, what else we got going there? We've got lock percentage of coins. 9.3% of all Hex is locked on the Ethereum chain. A pretty big penalties today, 6.2 million. Remember, 50% of the penalties goes to the reward pool for you T-share miners. So we're at 68 million in the payout pool for day 1505. The growth numbers, we're up 91 liquid holders. We're down 17 miners. We've got 119,156 miners at the moment on the old Ethereum chain, which is pretty cool. But don't wait, there's more. There's more. We got Pulsechain as well, of course. I've just forgotten the day that we're on. Day 48, 248. Day 248 is the day, 14th of January, and we're at 1.8 cents, up 18.6%. I'll take that. That's pretty cool. So we are really starting to climb now with the old Hex. We're getting that 3 cent combined resistance. And of course, we've got to break through that. When we break through, man, where are we going? 5 cents. Bring on 5 cents. We're going 5 cents combined. Payout per T-share 6.8 is the payout there, and we're at 31,610 on the T-share rate there, looking pretty badass. You got to remember, the other thing is, as the price of Hex goes up, the value of mining just goes up. Obviously, the cost of T-shares goes up, the value of mining goes up, your passive income goes up, so it all sort of gets in that positive cycle. Very cool to see. Average mining length there, 6.88 years, so slightly lower than on Ethereum. on Pulsechain, 37.668% APY. So we had 41% on the Ethereum chain, so 37, looking very good. T-shares are down here as well. We're sitting at 9,601,000 T-shares. And the interesting thing, we've seen a flippening in the ownership pools. a flippening. I know everyone likes that word, flippening. We're seeing a flippening in the T-shares, where Ethereum has actually got more T-shares now than Pulsechain. It used to be the other way around. But should we call it the great flippening? The great flippening, something crappy like that. That's pretty much what happened. All right, so we'll see how the battle goes between the two chains. 9.72% of Hex is locked on Pulsechain. Pretty modest penalties today on Pulsechain. Just under 1 million. We got 65.5 million in the reward pool. Right, pretty easy. So easy. Hex is easy to understand. We have an ownership pool of T-shares. You have to buy Hex and burn it for T-shares to get those T-shares. And of course, we have a reward pool full of Hex in it. So the more T-shares you have, the more of the reward pool you get. Pretty easy. And of course, how do you get more T-shares? Well, obviously buying it nice and cheap at the moment. Still cheap, but we're at the beginning of the bull market. So how long will that be? And we've been pushing the prices higher lately. And then the other thing is longer pays better. You get 20% more shares per year, up to 10 years. So about 200% more shares. So that's a much lower T-share price for you. And of course, the upside is massive. Longer pays better, of course. The other thing, of course, bigger pays better. So if up to 10% more, up to 150 million Hex stake. Now, obviously, Hex is still relatively cheap compared to it used to be, depending on how much money you got to spend. But definitely getting part of that bigger pays better is really important. So earlier pays better. Share rate goes up against you every day, so you want to get in there, or virtually every day. And then, of course, longer pays better, which is the biggest probably benefit that most people will get is 20% more shares per year. And then, of course, bigger pays better. That's how you get more T-shares in the ownership pool, and you get more of that reward out of the reward pool, which currently has 65.5 million Hex in it. So that's kind of cool. We got the growth numbers. We're up 189 holders on the Pulsechain, up 15 miners today on Pulsechain, 124,552 miners. So we're about 5,000 more miners on the Pulsechain than there is on the Ethereum side. So that is the results for Hex. We started day 1,506 on Ethereum, and of course day 249 on Pulsechain. And Hex.com, check it out and get part of the crew. Richard Hart, it is TikTok. It is game on mode now. So don't be late. We may have left the train station, but we're maybe only at the next stop or something like that. So you've still got time to get on, and because we're going all the way to Piccadilly Circus, then off to the moon after that. So you don't want to miss the moon trip. I heard it's going to be really, really great. All right, so that's pretty much it on that. Let's jump back away again. And of course, let's see who else has jumped in here. I think we might have Briz in the house. Hey, family, good to see you, Briz. Who else jumped in here? Harry Williams. Yo. Good to see you, Harry. And Briz says, no one loves the daily payout more than Briz. That is true, except for one other possibly that I may have heard of. Someone legendary, someone that can fly faster than a speeding train, possibly. Or was it a bullet? Faster than a bullet? Trains, I can't remember now. We got Superman. What's up? Been a while since catching you live, says Roof Dog. Always appreciate the alpha. Hey, you're welcome, Roof Dog. Good to see you in the chat too. And don't be such a stranger. Yeah, come back more. We're on the beginning of a bull market. It's going to be so much fun. Russ says, I love the daily payout too. Very true. Very true. We got European Whale in the house there. Good to see you. And Sandy Beach as well. Sandy Beach loves the payout for the daily payout also. All right, so we're up to an hour and 3 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show and enjoy the pump, man. It's going to be a fun ride. And I cannot say enough about, Richard Hart has come back. He's excited. He let us know at the Christmas talk. He let us know that things were, indicating that things were going to be turning around. And boy, have they very, very quickly. His fighting the SEC with the big 11 lawyers and the big legal firms, including one of Elon Musk's legal firms, is super bullish. The market loves it. We've got, SAC funds and ex-Gold Whale and all sorts of stuff happening. The market is moving up and to the right. It's looking so good. Right, let's play out some cool stuff on the way out. I'll leave you with a bit of inspiration from Richard Hart, the man himself, the man, the myth, and the legend, and of course, aka founder, aka rebel with a cause, leading a DeFi revolution, and of course, we love it. All right, so take care, everybody. Peace out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. I'll catch you guys in Discord. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Membership links are in the video description as well. All right, bye for now.
Yes, if it accrues so much value and gets so many users, yeah, the fees will go up and you'll just get really, really rich holding Pulse watching. Oh no, more really, really rich people. Like, you can't, here's the thing. You cannot force a free market to keep things cheap, because then crappy use cases that aren't valuable will outbid useful and valuable use cases. And do you want your chain with limited capacity to be filled up with crap? No, you don't want your chain filled up with crap. You want it filled up with nice, good things. Well, then how do you know what the difference between nice and crap is? By bidding. And the people that see more value in the chain pay more to use the chain. And then your limited resource chain, through the bidding mechanism, is filled with the most valuable things that people can fill it with. And so this like socialist USSR decree that, oh, we're just going to have cheap fees forever, it doesn't work, because there's a finite amount of space and you have to allocate it to certain users. And who should you allocate it to? Those that can most afford it, because they're bidding with their money for how valuable the transaction is. So the solution to a limited resource isn't to screw around with the pricing. The solution to a limited resource is to create more of the resource. So the Ethereum chain is full. Great. Well, we're going to make one with 4 times more throughput, and it won't be full. It'll be empty, and let's go fill it up.
Well, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. And occasionally I think back to that twerk, Richard Hart bringing his game. Well, I didn't make the sacrifice 'cause I came too late, but day one I'm still making it rain. Oh, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about PulseX. Won't be long before I'm going to bed, wearing a Rolex. There's so much to love about it, I can't pick my favorite. It's almost better than sex. Well, oh, I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about PulseX. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your hex. Might as well start with 5555, a financial suplex. Generational wealth is just a click away. It's a Nobel Prize worthy flex. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your hex. A financial suplex, a Nobel Prize worthy flex. You better stake your head.